Stoddard, and I'd like to welcome you to our cruising yachts office here in beautiful Marina del Rey, and invite you to have a first look at our brand new Jeanneau model, the 44 deck Salon. And I'd like to talk a little bit about the deck Salon concept and also the hull design concept that's gone into this boat. This is another Philippe Briand design, a masterful naval architect, and we have come to expect a great deal of performance out of his designs, and this boat is no exception. You can immediately notice the plumb bow extending the length of the waterline, and the keel is set farther forward than on some previous models. Also, the sail drive unit coupled with the folding prop offers very little drag, and probably pick up at least a half a knot with that setup over a conventional shaft drive. High aspect foil shapes in both the keel and the rudder keep it efficient, and of course we always point out the bustle chine, the chine which is hard on the quarter of the boat, and provides some interesting performance enhancements for the boat. It gives us a little more running surface, a little flatter running surface aft, gets the boat up on top of the waves and semi-planing more readily. But it also offers a lot of stability. It was interesting, I was out on a sea trial on the 409, the one step down in size from this hull, and with the same bustle chine. We were out here in 30 knots, sustained gusts of 34 knots, and I grew up sailing on the San Francisco Bay, so I enjoy the wind. We didn't even reef. The boat was so fast. We were doing 8 to 9 knots, just cracked off the main, and the client's question was, how come we're not tipping over? These boats are stiffer than I had imagined, and it was interesting. I was reading a review of one of these boats, and with the chine, and they noted, they happened to be on the Chesapeake and had some good wind for a change back there, and noted how the boat stiffened as that chine dug in, and improves the tracking and so forth. So it's not just aesthetic, it is quite functional and a nice feature. If you look at the keel from stern on, you'll see just how fine that foil shape is, and also how large the bulb is, so that with a given amount of ballast we've really dramatically lowered the center of gravity and increased the lift and reduced the drag of the foil shape, so that you're going to have a boat that goes to weather quite a bit better than most, and gets there faster. You can also see, because the bottom hasn't been painted, what looks like a joint, and it actually is the joint of the mold, not the hull. The hull is one piece, but the mold is in 2 halves, and when the bottom paint's on you won't see that, but it's in 2 halves so that we can pull it apart and get the boat out, since we're flanging the hull in to put the deck on, rather than flanging it out or using the old shoebox joint for the shear joint. So it makes a prettier hull as well. Hi, welcome to the sumptuous cockpit on the new 44 deck Salon from Jeanneau. A little about deck salons. I get the question at the show, you know, what does that mean? I think originally some of the old sailing vessels actually built a salon on the deck of an old schooner or something, and that was a deck salon. Here what we've done effectively is to raise the salon, the main salon in the boat, and open up with the port lights so that there's more light, more views, some more spacious open feeling, and it's been, from a marketing standpoint, really a breakthrough in design, and very successful for Jeanneau. And it's interesting, Beneteau acquired Jeanneau about 15 years ago with the provision that they retain their own design, marketing, and production facilities for their boats. They would share with Beneteau on material purchases and so forth. But at the time it was decided, so that they didn't overlap too much on product, that any center cockpits would be built by Beneteau, and the deck salons would be built by Jeanneau. And at that time, the deck salon concept was very new and we didn't know how it would play. Well, clearly it's worked out for Jeanneau, and in fact, today Jeanneau probably produces more sailboats over 30 feet in their facility than any other sailboat manufacturer in the world. And the deck salon's been a big part of that. It's improved the quality of the time that you spend aboard a boat and has been a real mainstay. Center cockpits are kind of expensive to build. The cockpits are away from the swim steps and not usually as functional, and haven't been as much of a factor in the market as the deck salons turned out to be. In our cockpit here, a couple of things of note. We have a wonderful cockpit table, and here we have a lamp. I should have put it in there, but it plugs right in and it's really nice for dining. We have center mounted electronics here, and we have the new Simrad electronics that we're featuring now on a lot of our Jeanneau boats. If you notice the winch over here, first of all, it's a Harken, so it's an electric winch, so that means it's 2-speed. If you go to most of our competition, they use Lumars, where nothing wrong, but their electric winches are only 1-speed. Harkens are cooler. These are the new rewind winches, the little red switch there, and they'll actually electrically ease the sheet as well as bring it in. It's been a very popular kind of new toy sort of feature. In addition to that, this boat features the now popular German sheeting, which is really nothing more than a double-ended main sheet, which is brought back to the clutches so that you can trim either your main or your jib from either winch on either side. And at first, it'll kind of throw you off your style because you're not used to that with conventional sheeting. But once you get used to it, you won't want to go back. It's really a great system. Now, as you can see as we look forward to the deck, how clean the deck looks. Well, even when it's rigged, it'll look that clean because everything is run below decks, including the jib sheets. And you can see the sheets are led on the deck top, so that it's very close-winded, led well inboard, and then the sheets run under deck back to the winches. All the halyards and other lines are run to the cabin top winches. All of the hatches are flush mounted, and with the flush hatches and the underdeck running rigging, it's just a very clean look and easy boat to get around, easy boat to sail, and you never have to leave this beautiful cockpit, which is, of course, nobody really competes with Jeanneau's cockpits. They kind of own that part of the market. So let's head below and have a look. Welcome to the main salon of the new Jeanneau 44 deck salon. And you can see how light and open and airy this salon is. We have a large dinette, which is square for more comfortable seating, and a full settee across for excellent entertaining. It's a great concept. The table actually drops down electrically. It's got an electric motor, and it's very convenient if you want to add to your sleeping capacity. Over here we have a wonderful nav station, and it's got a table which will actually accommodate full-size charts, which is unusual. We have the recessed electrical panel, you've got your stereo here, and your iPod dock there. All the beautiful inlaid leather, which really adds a nice touch to it. The galley features it's the kind of European style Corian, and it's really nicely done. And it's a wonderful material. It's easily repaired, and it looks beautiful. Here we have a nice setup where you can set things here while you're washing dishes, and then you can, if you wish, close it off and give yourself increased counter space. Very nice fixtures to go with it. Double set of lockers in the galley. There's pan drawer underneath the stove, beautiful stove, 2-burner with an oven, very large, very deep reefer, quite convenient, and plenty of space for everything you might store. Look at that. We also have recessed handholds. This is one of the few boats that's now come out with LED lighting interior, and also in this case our running lights are LED as well. A wonderful companionway steps which are angled so that it's actually quite comfortable coming on the boat and leaving it. The flooring is a very high-grade floor, which is virtually indestructible and is very light in color, keeps the whole boat light and nice. Now we have a 2-cabin boat, and each cabin features a very large centerline berth and its own head with a shower. That configuration has been extremely popular, and we've sold a lot of the 42 deck Salon, which this replaces, as well as a 45 deck Salon. That was a very popular version. So let's have a look at the cabins. Welcome to the forward cabin on the 42 DS. A very large pedestal berth, centerline berth with convenient steps to get up, reading lights and so forth. Over here we have a very nice vanity arrangement where you can also keep your laptop and plug it into your onboard system if you like. We have behind the door here a lot of hanging space, a locker below, and again over here more lockers, shelving and so forth. Full-length mirror and the leather-wrapped handholds, and then our head, which features a separate shower, electric head, quiet flush head, nice vanity and fixtures. It's really a treat to have these kinds of amenities aboard a sailing vessel that is engineered to sail around the world, so you get it all. Welcome to the aft stateroom on the 44 deck Salon. Huge king-size pedestal centerline berth with convenient seating on each side of it, lots of locker space and storage. Very deep, large lockers. There's several opening ports and hatches. Below the sheer port lights have the nice, we call them airline style shades. This is access to the back of the engine where the sail drive is below it, and we have terrific hanging locker space and lockers on the other side, lockers all the way around. Huge amount of storage on this boat. It's ready to go everywhere, and features again a private head with separate shower for this cabin as well. This head features a fold down vanity extension, and also the electric, we convert them to freshwater quiet flush head. The shower doors, there's another one behind the entry door, and they connect so that you have a completely separate shower from the other facilities. And lots of light, and it's just nice to be so comfortable. In this configuration, you have company, you're at one end of the boat, they're at the other, you each have your own head. It's a pretty nice way to travel, and when your guests are aboard, they feel like they're really yachting. They're not in a place where they're sleeping in a cupboard. They really have a wonderful stateroom. So it's a popular plan, and we hope you'll come and have a look, and who knows, maybe go for a sail.